As we grow older, something strange begins to happen. We speak less and less, not because we have fewer things to say, but because we finally understand the weight of words and the wounds they leave behind, once spoken. When we were young, we believed speaking made people closer. We thought opening our hearts would bring understanding. We assumed sharing our achievements would make others happy for us. We believed announcing our plans would earn encouragement. But as the years passed, we encountered a very different truth. Our personal stories became light gossip in someone else's mouth. Our accomplishments planted seeds of jealousy or comparison in someone's heart. And our goals became blurred under unnecessary advice and misplaced criticism. Words continue to walk long after we release them. Sometimes they stumble on a rock. Sometimes they get kicked in a different direction. Sometimes they roll around aimlessly. And then one day, at the most unexpected moment, they find their way back to us. Words feel safe while they remain inside us. The moment we release them into the world, they no longer belong to us. And so, little by little, we begin to understand. What protects us is not the words we speak, but the words we swallow, the ones we choose not to say. Hello, this is Siwol Haedam, creator of Clues of Life. Today we're going to talk about why the people who speak the least often grow the strongest, and why silence and restraint become essential as we grow older. As life goes on, we naturally begin to speak less. When we were young, silence felt awkward, almost threatening. If we didn't talk, it felt like something was wrong, like we might disappear unless we kept explaining ourselves. So we talked more, explained more, and tried harder to be seen and accepted. But eventually, a realization comes. Truly strong people move quietly. Their strength lives in silence, not in noise. Silence is not weakness. Silence is the form of strength reserved for those who have learned to master themselves. Within silence, there are three things: restraint, inner power, and boundaries. And once you understand these three, you naturally understand why speaking less makes you stronger. Let's begin with human nature. Plato said humans are self-preserving beings. People cannot fully carry another person's heart. Even when someone tries to understand your pain, they cannot hold it as deeply or as long as you do. Once you truly grasp this, you understand why sharing personal details so easily can be dangerous. There was a time when you believed sharing your story would help someone understand you better. But honesty doesn't always protect you. Sometimes it exposes you. Sometimes it wounds you. Words never stay as you intended. Your private story becomes someone's conversational filler. The deeper and more intimate the story, the more lightly people treat it. And slowly, you realize the deepest parts of your heart are safest when they remain inside you. Over time, this realization grows. Some people learn to protect themselves by speaking less. Their quietness isn't coldness, it is warmth with boundaries. And these boundaries become a form of strength that preserves their peace. Another common mistake is the desire to talk about our achievements. We want recognition. We want appreciation. We want people to know how hard we worked and what we've accomplished. But often, achievements shrink the moment we put them into words. Nietzsche said, "What glows brightest makes no sound. Those who truly shine don't need to announce themselves. Others notice on their own." Boasting often hides insecurity. Secure people rarely boast. The more anxious a person is, the louder they speak. People trust actions, not words. And the more someone talks, the more people begin to wonder, is that really true? Why are they trying so hard? What are they afraid of? But when someone works quietly, we feel something different, a kind of weight, a presence. Quiet people radiate confidence, restraint, depth, and reliability. Ironically, the less they brag, the greater they appear. Now let's talk about money. Money touches the deepest parts of human emotion. It is never a neutral topic. If you say you have a lot, people may envy you or try to use you. If you say you have little, some people will treat you differently, sometimes with subtle disrespect. Money, by nature, disrupts relationships. That's why wise people say nothing about it. Not because they want to hide something, but because silence protects their relationships. In life, money is real. But in relationships, silence about money is the most mature choice. Then there is the matter of speaking ill of others. We often feel the urge to criticize because someone annoyed us, hurt us, or acted in a way we cannot understand. But criticism never elevates us. Jung Yak-young warned, "Guard yourself against the disasters of the tongue." People judge not the person you criticize, but the person who is doing the criticizing. The moment you speak ill of someone, listeners silently think, "So this is how they speak about others. I might be next one day." Criticism lowers you far more than it lowers the target. And gossip always returns to you, distorted, amplified, and often at the worst possible time. That's why deep, mature people do not speak of others' flaws. Their silence carries dignity, and their dignity speaks louder than any words. Speaking about your weaknesses is also dangerous. We like to believe vulnerability brings closeness, and sometimes it does, but not always. Many people are kind, but some are careless, and a few may even weaponize what you share. Your weakness becomes their advantage. Your vulnerability becomes their entertainment. Your honesty becomes their leverage. Weakness is not something to be spoken. It is something to be healed privately. Wounds that heal in silence become unshakable strength. Next, let's consider goals. The moment you speak your goals aloud, your energy begins to leak. Advice pours in, most of it unsolicited, much of it unhelpful. Criticism follows, judgment follows, doubt follows, and suddenly, the dream becomes muddy. That is why some of the most successful people are silent while they build. They prepare quietly, work quietly, and succeed quietly. A goal grows best in silence. Noise weakens it. Silence strengthens it. And now we arrive at the heart of everything, silence itself. Silence is not emptiness. It is strength. It is clarity. It is self-command. Plato said, "The greatest victory is victory over the self." Self-mastery is not about defeating the world. It is about defeating the impulses inside you, the urge to defend yourself, the urge to explain yourself, the urge to show off, the urge to confess your loneliness, the urge to seek validation. Every moment you resist these impulses, you build strength. Every silence becomes a brick in the foundation of your inner stability. Strength is not built outside of you. It is built quietly inside. Happiness, too, begins in silence. It is not created by perfect circumstances, but by the posture of your heart. A restless heart is unhappy everywhere. A peaceful heart finds gratitude anywhere. Happiness is not something learned loudly. It grows silently in the habits of your mind. And finally, there is kindness. Every person you meet is fighting a battle you cannot see. Kindness is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is restraint, choosing not to speak, not to judge, not to give unnecessary advice. It is the warmth that comes from presence, not words. In the end, silence is not about hiding yourself. It is about protecting yourself. It is about conserving your power, your energy, your integrity. People who speak less are not weak. They are strong enough not to need words. Their silence is heavy. Their silence is calm. Their silence is powerful. And that power deepens with time. The words you do not say today, the ones you swallow, are the very things that will protect your peace tomorrow. Choosing silence is the beginning of a stronger, steadier life.